I mean, confident, like, that's how I really see it, but uh, I definitely acknowledge that Overeem can knock him out. I mean, K1 champion, he's got all the striking credentials to do it, but got to go with Brown. And then the main event, Shogun Hua versus Chael Sonnen. I've got a lot of questions for this fight, and I'm not too sure on who I think is going to win. Shogun Hua, I thought, looked awful in this fight against Brandon Vera. I thought he really should have um, beat Brandon Vera more easily. He did end up getting the knockout in that fight, but his gas tank seemed to run low real quick. Uh, Chael Sonnen coming off a string of what is it, two losses now. Anderson Silva and John Jones. But we don't know a lot about Chael Sonnen at light heavyweight. Losing to Jones doesn't tell us much. I'm really interested to see the weigh-in, how these guys stack up physically. I want to see if Chael Sonnen's bigger than Hua. In Hua's fight against Dan Henderson, he seemed to be doing a good job in the wrestling department. Defended takedowns pretty well. Henderson had a hard time taking Hua down, although I don't think Henderson is nearly the MMA wrestler that Sonnen is. And I think Henderson is also smaller at light heavyweight than Sonnen is, but my initial reaction to this fight, I thought Hua was going to get the TKO, probably somewhere in the middle of the fight. It's a 5-round fight. He's definitely got the better hands than Chael. There's no doubt about it. He throws big overhands, big heavy punches. Although he did get stopped by, or not stopped, but he wasn't able to be real effective against Gustafsson. But Hua's hands are just far better than Sonnen's. His whole striking game. Let's not have any doubts about that. But Sonnen's wrestling is real good. Like I said, Hua defended well in the Henderson fight. Like I said, I want to see how they stack up physically, but I think Sonnen's just going to have the cardio advantage. Always fights real hard, always pushes the pace. He gets on top of guys, and his strikes aren't all that powerful, but he's striking you 100% of the time. I don't know about Hua's guard. I think he's only had one submission victory in MMA, that leg lock and Pride. I think Sonnen can get it done on cardio. Again, we saw Hua just really tire in the Vera fight, and that's the big question for me is how's Hua going to do with his takedown defense. Obviously, Sonnen's one of the best wrestlers in MMA, but at light heavyweight, we just don't know much about him. I've got to go with Sonnen, though. If I'm guessing, making my best guess of how the fight will play out, I think it's going to look a little bit like the Forrest Griffin fight against Shogun, the first one. I think Sonnen's going to be able to get the takedown, really beat up Shogun from top, tire him out, and I think that'll open up a submission, either arm triangle choke or rear naked choke for Sonnen. We saw him use the arm triangle against Brian Stan. But, yeah, I can't trust Hua's cardio. I can't do it. Yeah, I think Sonnen will get the takedown, and I don't think he'll be able to finish the strikes, but I think he'll really just tire out Shogun from being on top and raining down relentless strikes. So I'm going to go with Sonnen. I think he'll be able to open up the submission with his punches from top. But if if Hu was able to defend those takedowns, Sonnen's in real trouble. Who was very dangerous with his hands, even though he hasn't been all that impressive in his last few fights. And if Sonnen wins this, if he pulls this out and wins either in a very dominant fashion or if he gets the finish, that's a huge win. That'll put him, right back up there at light heavyweight. Not that I think he has any chance to beat Jones, but that's really a huge win. Hua hasn't been finished since he was the champion. We've got to remember that Jones was the last guy to finish him. Henderson came close. And Brandon Vera looked like, he had his moments in that fight. But it would be a huge win for Sonnen if he can really beat up Hua. But yeah, I'm going to go with Sonnen either writing out a decision or getting a submission, but I can also see Hua, getting a TKO or a knockout, but too many variables for me to really make a confident pick. But anyway, those are my predictions for UFC on Fox Sports 1, Shogun versus Sonnen. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please leave your comments down below if you want to challenge any of the picks I made. I'm happy to argue with you, but thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed this. We got another Fox Sports 1 card coming up a little bit after this one, I think the next week, with Condit and Campman as the headliner. I'll be doing my picks for that. Also be doing my recap video for Fox this card after it's over. And I'm also going to be doing some videos where I give my early predictions for some of the big fights coming up in the last stretch of this year. Mainly GSP and Hendricks and Silva and Weidman. So be on the lookout for those guys. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys later.